Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome. My name is Carola and I'm German. I moved to Paris in 2017 and in today's video I'm going to talk to Lena from Salut from Paris. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Lena. I'm the owner of Salut from Paris and the German page paristips.com, which are both there to give plenty of information for people who intend to visit Paris or as well who live in Paris who need some more information of what they can do here. And there's also the Salut from Paris travel planning group on Facebook. Where it's a place where you can ask all your information regarding an upcoming trip. For instance, if you need hotel recommendations or if you want to know if a hotel is in a good location, if you wonder where you can have dinner or where to buy tickets for a site. I'm active in this group, so is Carola. Yeah. And and there are other people who travel to Paris or who know Paris very well and who are always eager to answer your question to make sure you have a great trip.
I actually like hanging out on that Facebook page because it's usually easy questions for me, but that could help a lot of people. For example, if you book your hotel in the worst possible area in Paris and then everybody will say, oh no, don't do that, and so then you can change locations. Yeah, sometimes it's just normal chatting about Paris, which I really enjoy. And so that's how I found Lena. So I moved here in 2017 and my first plan was to not meet any other Germans because I wanted to become French. I wanted to have French friends, and that plan didn't work out because then I didn't make any German friends, and I still have very, very few German friends, but I met a lot of international people. So how many German friends do you actually have?
I have one and one Austrian friend, my best year, but of course this is not German. This is a completely different country. But like you, I'm more active in international community. There are some French people, but they are as well active in an international community. So it's all mixed. It's true. I never looked for a German community really in France. It's true. It's interesting. I never thought about it actually that it might be a German thing to not look for Germans. I mean, after all, I lived 25 years in Germany. I mean, why would I leave Germany to hang with Germans?
Yeah. And did you ever go to the German restaurants in Paris? Because I didn't, and I always get asked, oh, so are they as good? I'm like, I'm in France. I don't really need the German food here. I'll eat the German food when I'm going to visit my parents.
I have to say, I am a sucker for a good currywurst. So, of course, I tried them. I don't want to be too harsh, but I'm from the Ruhrgebiet, the Ruhr area, which is known, of course, to be the home of the currywurst. And, I mean, you can't copy that. No, if you want to have a currywurst, Paris is not the right place. But so, I did not. I have been to some the snack bars, but it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah. So your target group is mostly people who don't want to move to Paris, but just want to spend a weekend there. And what are your highest recommendations about spending a weekend in Paris?
My first recommendation, which is admittedly quite cheesy, is always to take a cruise on the Seine. I think it's just a wonderful thing to do. It's so relaxing, and to see Paris from this perspective, it's just really, it's breathtaking. I did that, and I was just speechless because it's really beautiful, and I would always recommend doing it when being in Paris. And it's a short thing as well. It takes an hour, so you're not stuck the entire day. I always would as well suggest rooftop or Galerie Lafayette or Belleville or Montmartre, because seeing Paris from above is really something. And then I would always say that you should walk as much as you can. Like, for instance, if you see that you want to go somewhere and there's only 5 metro stations, it normally takes only 5 or 10 minutes longer if you would walk this distance. So I think Paris is best explored on foot because you see so many things, like all these cute cafes, the cute streets. It's you waste a lot of Paris occasions, let's say, when you are traveling with the metro a lot. So yeah, that I would definitely recommend.
I like walking and also taking the bus because you can still see a little bit more, because the metro is fast and it connects you to everywhere you want to go. but you're missing out on Paris, and why would you? But then Paris is quite a dangerous place, at least for scams and being pickpocketed. And so what I do is I always have a bag with a zip, and I close it all the way so that people can't just reach into my pocket and steal my phone. And I must say, one scam that I fell for was when I was at the train station and I was in line for the taxis, and it had been a horrible day and I was running a fever, and I only live like 2 kilometers from the train station, but I thought, well, I have this big suitcase and I don't want to carry it down the metro and then up again. So I'm taking a taxi, and I kind of thought that I would be next in line for the taxi because someone took me, take that one. And then I looked at the car and there wasn't like an official taxi sign. So I said, "Are you an official taxi driver?" And then he folded down something inside and it said which company he was with. And then he showed me the counter of how much money I'm going to pay. But then it was on his phone and he put the itinerary, how to drive on top of it. And so after a few minutes I asked, can I see how much money I already owe you? And he said, well, then he would have to stop the calculation, so better not to do that. And again, I was running a fever, I was sitting there, I was feeling really miserable, so I didn't argue. And then it cost like 60 euros for, what would usually be 2 kilometers. I think with all the detours he drove, it might have been 4. I saw a lot of Montmartre that day. And
I think we all made. I think we all got scammed on one point in Paris because we didn't know better or we were distracted. Yeah. Someone stole my wallet while I was navigating a stroller through the metro, and it didn't work, and my metro ticket didn't work, and the gates were closed. It was complicated, so I just put my wallet on my back, and I think someone were just waiting for an occasion that I was too distracted with the stroller. So yeah, and my wallet was gone. I think it's it happens to everyone probably.
Do you have any other tips to be safe in Paris?
I think for me it's mainly in the metro that you have. I think the metro is the place where you easiest get pickpocketed. People who are there to steal your stuff, they're looking for an easy target. Just don't be the target. If you have I have, for instance, this little knot like where you put your finger in on your phone to hold it a bit. You know this.
Oh, nice.
This thing, so that my phone is safe in my hand, and so I'm.
Just grab
I mean, probably you can, but you will break my finger, and I think that is something people hopefully try to avoid. But
it just makes you not
exactly. Don't be an easy target. If you get out from the metro, what I do, I just walk in one direction, either left or right. I normally don't know where I actually have to go to, but just to avoid standing there for like a few seconds and I don't know where to go, just go somewhere. Find a place where it's a bit more quiet and then check out where you have to go, for not being in this distracted in a big group of people where you would not even notice if someone grabs your phone.
Yeah.
And usually I think they are watching you for a while, so if someone wants to steal your phone, they know where it is because they usually saw you putting it in your bag or in your pocket or wherever. So I think the best way to prevent yourself from being scammed is actually to know about what can happen and to educate yourself before you come to Paris, to know what to take care for, what to watch out for. And I have actually an article about it, the most common scams, and I think it's a good idea to know before what's going to happen to be safe, because I don't think that Paris is actually more dangerous than any other city. It's just, it's a big city and there are people who want to take advantage of you and being maybe a bit lost or distracted. So I think it's best to educate yourself to avoid that.
Thank you for this, and thank you for being on my channel. And if you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and hop over to the Facebook group or the website to look up on everything we talked about. See you next time. Bye.